Hello everyone, welcome back. If you are returning, welcome to the Moon Magic Tarot channel. If you are already a Moon Magic Super Soul, welcome. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome. I can see 3 cards just showing through already immediately. So let's have a look at our 3 cards. We're looking at 3 piles today, and we're asking your guides for a message for you right now. And we're also getting detailed information about the week ahead. Pile 1. You have the card of alignment. Isn't that beautiful? Pile 2, you have growth. Okay, that is stunning. This is for pile 2. And for pile 3, you have communication. So those are the 3 cards for the 3 piles. Now I'm going to draw some charms and some runes. Truly, everyone, I just want to pause for one moment and say thank you for being here. Truly, it's such an honour to be connected with you all. In fact, let me zoom that camera in as well so you can have a really closer look at the cards and the runes and the charms as we draw them. Thank you so much for being here, all of you. It's a real honour to be connected with all of you here. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all the things you do that support the channel. So, your guides have a message for you now. We are going to get detailed information. These are our 3 cards. I'm going to put these little tokens out because I can put the charms on them and it will make it a little bit easier for you to see them. And in a moment, I will also do an Ask the Universe Which pile as well. I'll put it in a separate timestamp for anyone wanting that. Now, the charm for pile 1 is... Okay, it's a little rabbit. Look at this. It's that, I love this little rabbit charm. Can you see how it sort of like nestles in between your fingers and looks as though it's just peeking out of its little hole? So this is the charm for pile 1. And let's look at the rune at the same time. The rune is... You have the rune of Swallow. This is the rune of wholeness. So that is for pile 1. Straighten our cards up. Pile 2. You have a beautiful, very sylph-like fairy. Yeah, very wispy. Very wispy, sylph-like fairy for pile 2. And you've got 2 runes. You have the rune of Uruz, which is the rune of strength, and you have the blank rune as well. So that is, those are the runes, the charms as well. Pile 3, you've got a spiral, the sacred spiral. Okay, and you have 2 runes as well. You have the rune of movement. This is Awaz. And you also have the rune of the spiritual warrior, Tewaz. So Awaz and Tewaz. These are your runes. So that is for pile 3. Now, I am going to leave the camera running for just a little bit longer for anyone that really just wants to sit and tune in with the runes, the charms, the cards. Sometimes more than one reading will speak to you. It could be a card from one, a charm from another. Sometimes you'll just know which one is really speaking to you in the moment. This is a timeless reading, so you can come back to it at any time. Also on my homepage, you'll see it in a moment if you look at the Trust the Universe bit of this video. On my homepage there is a little system where you can literally press a little button. It'll tell you which pile or piles, which we'll do in a moment, to ask for which pile and piles for today. But you can also find a reading if you're in that moment where you just need to find a reading. It's like rolling a dice with thousands of readings that you can literally find the right one for you in the right moment. And thank you all for the feedback. It really works. When your energy is reaching out, the universe reaches back. Thank you for the feedback, all of you who've been using it. So I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments. I'm going to stop waffling away, and I will see you either in the Trust the Universe part of the video or in the readings, and all the timestamps are below. Welcome to the Ask the Universe to Find the Right Pile for You bit of the video. So here we go. Let's click Reveal My Pile. Today the piles are 2 and 3. Beautiful souls. I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You have the card of Fox, adaptability, reactivity. You also have, of course, to start with, alignment. You have the little rabbit peeping out of the hole and Swallow. The rune of wholeness. The two energies associated with this card alignment are, it's like the two sides of something, the dishonest or truthful. I mean, this is what these cards look at. They tend to look at, they've got like the shadow element and the light element. It often indicates that we're presented with a choice. Look at you timidly peeking out of the rabbit hole. I wonder if there is a choice here that this could either be a choice. I'm aware we haven't drawn many cards yet, and we'll draw more, pile 1. But I do feel there is, foxes are unbelievably adaptable. They're flexible, they're resilient. They adapt very quickly to change. I wonder if there is something about how you respond to something here, or a need to come out of your little timid place and actually respond. Maybe to be assertive. Let's draw more cards and find out more. Okay, pile 1. And thank you. When I use these cards, the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, these are my own. And thank you. Lots of people often when I use them say, where can I get them? At the moment, they aren't available, but they will be. I keep saying this. For me, it's just a challenge, time-wise, distribution, getting all of those things together. But they will become available at some point. I will actively write it on my to-do list to make sure that we do get more cards printed, and because they sold very, very quickly, and that we do try and get them out there. And when that happens, I'll make an announcement here on YouTube. I'll put a post up. So if you're watching this in a year's time, they may well be available. But anyway, just to let you know that. Synchronicity is your first card. Okay. So you're being asked to listen to synchronicities. Don't see something as we can, can't we? We can interpret something as a coincidence. But it's actually the synchronicities are at work. You have a card of outcome, which is a card that asks you, I'll read it. This card asks you not to be too attached to a specific outcome. In any new situation, the possibilities are open-ended. Anything might happen. Try not to prescribe a fixed outcome within your mind, as this may limit your availability to access the infinite scope of possibilities sent to guide you in the best possible direction. Again, alignment. Swallow can be a path that you're meant to follow, or the universe showing you a particular pathway. Believe in yourself. We then have unhappiness. Unhappiness is frequently the result of an inability to live in alignment with the calling of your soul. When this happens, uneasy and challenging emotions are an indication that you need to listen to something. You need to listen to yourself. This card asks you to have faith and to trust. Believe in yourself. Get still, meditate, listen to the voice of your heart, and open yourself to receive guidance through synchronicities. Right, I'm going to move everything along a little bit because I think we have room for everything here. I hope we do. Can we get those in? Yes, we absolutely can. Let's get those there for you. I'm just glancing up at the screen so I can see, make sure you can see everything, and we'll just bring that light in there. Okay. I feel as though, firstly, the message from your guides is actually telling you that they are giving you really, they're trying to talk to you. They're giving you clear signs, symbols, synchronicities. It's almost like they are orchestrating things in order to pass messages to you so that you receive the guidance you need to be able to move towards something that is, you know, a path that is absolutely right for you. Somewhere amidst this energy, it is as if I'm wondering if you don't quite believe in yourself enough to hear the signs and the synchronicities, or has something happened that's caused you to have a bit of a wobble. Let's get more cards. Let's draw your tarot cards. Seemingly random coincidences are seemingly random coincidences showing up in your life. This card asks you to listen to the signs and take them seriously. You are tuning into the universal energy of a greater collective consciousness, and these synchronicities are arriving in your world to guide you. So you're navigating through something, or a situation, or a circumstance. What is it that holds you back? It's almost as if maybe you're staying timidly, not advancing, not moving forwards. Maybe you don't believe that you're adaptable enough, or maybe you're fearful, or you have a deep-seated insecurity. You know, let's face it, most of us do somewhere, have something. I almost feel this is slightly asking you to kind of just lean into trust and know that you'll be guided. Just all you need to do is be your authentic self, really. Just be you. I actually saw that card really showing itself, and it's that one there I'm seeing, and the one on the base, and that, and also this one seems to be speaking to me. Let's have a look at these. You have the Six of Swords and the Death card. Okay, you have the Ace of Swords, the World, the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Swords. You have the Page of Wands. Let's move these along. I think we can get one more in here. Page of Wands. And finally, the Queen of Pentacles. You are important. Believe in yourself. I love the Queen of Pentacles energy. I always feel she's very good at taking care of herself. It's like there's a wonderful energy of self-care within the energy of this card. Right, Six of Swords and the Death card. What I actually think your guides have a really clear message for you. I think they're actually saying to you that there is a circumstance around you in which I feel as though they are encouraging you to believe in yourself and to proceed with confidence. You've got the two aces, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. The World. I almost feel like you're being offered the world. You've got the Death card, which is about transformation. I think what they're actually asking you to do is to put down some form of insecurity or anxiety, or anything about you that is connected to self-doubt, or a feeling that you're not good enough, or something where you feel that you're feeling too timid to be seen. You are important. If there's anything in your area in any area of your life where you are feeling unhappy, it's simply a sign to align yourself with the possibilities of something that's going to be good for you. I almost feel there's a circumstance or a situation around you whereby, and this is what I feel I'm being shown, it's actually an opportunity, and the opportunity is for you to kind of like basically put some element of insecurity or self-doubt behind you. There is a pathway ahead that's going to feed you. It's going to give to you. I think you're worried about it with the Five of Swords. You're worried about, it's almost as though you're worried about it going wrong. And yet, it's almost like one of those scenarios where there is something in front of you. It feels like the universe is giving you all kinds of lovely signs and symbols and synchronicities. Things have orchestrated to put you in the position you're in right now. And yet somehow you're worried about proceeding. You're popping your head out of the little rabbit hole. And it's like there's an excitement about maybe having this. And yet another part of you says, oh, but what if it goes wrong? I almost feel like you're in what I would call the what if territory. And the what if territory is that sort of space inside our heads when we literally can do the, yeah, but what if this and what if that? Now, there are very specific thinking patterns that connect to very specific emotions. And the what if stuff connects to anxieties, insecurities within us, where we've historically had some problems and therefore we're fearful of, sometimes we can just simply be fearful of change, even if it's a change we really, really want. I think the message that your guides have for you today, the message coming through, is to proceed with confidence and to recognize that within your situation, there is an opportunity to move through and beyond something that you've been carrying within you that has held you back, some sort of internal belief that says you can't have, or what if this goes wrong, what if that goes wrong. I think whatever the situation is, and I'll draw some more cards and ask about it, and we'll ask about the week ahead. But I feel within this situation, it's almost as though there's a deeper layer of soul growth that is here to support you in moving through and beyond something that maybe something that actually discombobulates you or stops you being aligned with, pathways of opportunity. I think that is the message I think that's coming through for you. It really is. There's a wonderful opportunity here for you in some way. Let's ask for a little bit more about how it might, let's look at the potential of this opportunity. I can see there is a soul growth opportunity in overcoming an insecurity. What about the opportunity in itself beyond the soul growth? What's the potential here? Okay, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my goodness me. I cannot believe this. Well, I do believe it. Here they are. Okay, right. You just have the two cards within the entire tarot deck that represent absolute abundance, blissful abundance, and blissful long-term happiness. Wow. I'm saying no more. I do you know what I want to say, pile one? I rest my case. Right, I'm going to plonk those right on the top of unhappiness and believe in yourself. How utterly gorgeous. This is just, this is the stuff of you couldn't write it. So there we are. Let's look at the week ahead. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Put down your insecurities. Come out of that timid rabbit hole and follow this path that looks pretty fab and amazing. May we kindly ask for pile one about the week ahead, please? May we kindly ask pile one about the week ahead? Oh, Two of Cups. If for any of you this is relationship, this is lovely. The energy of is gorgeous. We often have insecurities in relationships. I think relationships are the place where we experience our greatest hurts. At the hands of relationships of others. All sorts of relationships, not just intimate ones. But at the end of the day, it's also where we heal. Okay. Let's look at the week ahead. You have the Seven of Wands and the King of Cups. I feel as though, whatever your situation, I think there may be some sort of something offered to you this week. Maybe somebody reaches out. Whatever the current situation where you might be going through the what if. So we've got the first message from your guides. I feel. I hope if that's resonating with you. Hopefully if it's resonating, you'll know this is the right reading for you. proceed with confidence. I think this week there genuinely is an opportunity for you to almost to choose to move this forwards. Rather than holding back, it's like I think there is an opportunity this week for you to choose to come out of the rabbit hole, and rather than just peeking out, genuinely be out there. Be seen for your beautiful, authentic self. To let go of any need to prescribe the outcome, but to move forwards and actually just make that choice to consider sitting in a space of absolute possibility, regardless of what anybody else thinks. I think it really is like you can proceed with confidence. It maybe there's an invitation that brings you out of that, but I think there is a choice to be made here where you can shift away from that fear of what other people might think of you, because for some of you that's in there. It's this, what if you really are yourself? Can you be seen, and can you be loved for who you actually are? That's what's coming through here. And however that lands in the context of your world, I think there's an opportunity this week to choose to move beyond worrying about how people might see you, and just to be you, to be truthful, to align with who you really are, and know that is absolutely, you are absolutely enough. You are more than enough. You are important. You are treasured just as you are. And allow yourself, not that, allow that to be known, allow yourself to be fully seen, to come out of that timid hole, to stop doing the what ifs. And I think it's going to be monumentally rewarding. You're going to get a really, really positive result. So whatever area of your world this is in, for some it could be a connection in relationship, but whatever area of the world this is in, it's time to be visible and to know that you deserve to be seen. You are amazing. And I think you will find this a really rewarding outcome. That's what seems to be being shown here. My dearest, dearest, beautiful Pile 1, this is your reading. I am sending you all the love in the world. If you're watching this at the time that I am posting it, it's a timeless reading. You might watch it in a year's time or 2 years' time. If you're watching it as I'm posting it, thank you so much to those of you who follow the readings on Sunday, week in, week out, where we get immediate messages and we look at the week ahead. But thank you so much, all of you. If you're watching it as I'm uploading it, there are literally just a few days left to sign up to my tarot course while it is half price, and you can pay for that in 6 monthly installments if that is something that appeals to you. Jump on board now while you can. Tons and tons of love, beautiful souls. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have the card of growth. This is your first card. It says dying, evolving. And we see, these hands coming out. See you emerging. It's very interesting because you have the rune of strength, Uras, which speaks about something really beginning to build, to grow. And the blank rune is about possibility. I am wondering if you really are going to, if something you're doing is going to emerge, perhaps something is ready to emerge, almost something's ready to birth. You may be ready to birth, from a situation where maybe you've been held back or you've held yourself back. I love this beautiful wispy, very spirit-like, very elfy-like, sort of fairy-like energy with this tiny, tiny little charm. Let's look at your cards before we say too much. You've got 2 from this deck. You have the Raven and the Firefly. Okay. You have Magic and Destiny with the Raven, and Firefly, Simplicity, Childhood. Simplicity, Childhood. Okay. I wonder if you are to almost be like reborn in some way within yourself. You have independence. What else do we have? You have persevere. And I'm seeing this one as well. Allow yourself to receive. Okay, I think I am understanding the message that's coming through, though of course we will be drawing tarot cards as well. I do feel that you are returning to a place of innocence within yourself, being reborn on some level. But it's not innocence in a naive way. It's innocence in like returning to, it is like a reborn. I'm trying to think of the right words. But basically what I feel here, and I'll read from these cards as well. So because I think this is about you allowing yourself to be supported. Like going back, when you think about it, when we are born, we are completely dependent upon the grown-ups around us to support us, to love us, to give us what we need. And for all kinds of reasons, sometimes that doesn't actually happen or run as smoothly as we might want. And, not necessarily because, our grown-ups are bad people, but sometimes they haven't had good role models, and so they didn't, really know quite how to parent very well, and then that impacts on you. And I feel as though there is, what we're seeing here is a very magical moment of destiny at this moment in time where you are able to, it's like, I feel like some of you maybe became independent at a very young age. Almost like you learned that you needed to stand on your own 2 feet. And this is a point where I think you've done remarkably amazingly, but this is a magical moment when you can allow yourself to be supported and to receive. You don't just have to be the one that is always standing strong, always doing everything for everybody, or doing it alone. It's like you don't have to always be the strong one. You can birth into a place where you can be supported as well. And I feel that something of that message is coming through here. Let me read a little bit. Independence is a wonderful attribute, but if taken to an extreme, it can border on isolation. Sometimes if we have been hurt or let down or trapped in a codependent relationship, we lose faith in others and learn only to rely on ourselves. This card calls you to question this inner belief and to develop healthy, interdependent relationships with an equality of both giving and receiving. The card of persevere. Who would have thought that a humble acorn could grow into a mighty oak tree? But they do. But of course, this takes time. Whatever you are involved in, this card brings a message of reassurance. Your hard work and continued effort and dedication will come to fruition. You are asked to persevere and trust. Allow yourself to receive. One of the greatest blocks in our ability to manifest our greatest desires is an inability to allow ourselves to receive. This card asks that you take some time to identify any inner beliefs, perceptions, and attitudes, and I think these go back to childhood, that stop you from receiving, and one by one remove these resistances. So I feel that this is a time. There's something around you, the energy around you right here and right now. There will be, your guides are asking you to remove blocks to being able to receive. And I do think, because it's holding you back, it's stopping you from birthing into possibility. Allow yourself to receive. You don't have to, be living in isolation. Let's see what your tarot cards say. Find out a bit more about what is going on around you, what's the energy around you. Maybe get further information. I'm very curious about this very sylph-like figure. She feels almost, as I said, it's a kind of a fairy. It's very spirit-like in its sylph-likeness. I wonder if there is somebody on the other side, someone who's passed over, who wishes to really communicate. Crows and ravens, obviously this is a raven, not a crow, but the energy of these birds, they journey between the worlds. I do wonder whether there is someone on the other side who wishes to communicate or to let you know that they're walking with you, or to ask you. I feel if they are, they're asking you not to hold yourself back anymore. Maybe there might even almost be like, could you receive an apology for the things that they didn't get right? If this is, a parent or a grandparent or something along almost like ancestral, like something in your ancestral lines that didn't accommodate what was really needed for you, or something couldn't be passed on. I do feel that is a message, it'll be for some, not all. I'm taking all of those, they're coming through. Let's see what we have in your tarot cards. You have the Two of Cups. Now this could connect to relationship for some of you. And you have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a very interesting energy because it does suggest that that there is a pathway forwards, but for some reason you're blocked from it, holding yourself back. We have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Judgment card, the Temperance card. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, let's move all these along a little bit. Do that, yes. Then you have the Five of Cups. You have the Empress, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I think you have experienced in the past disappointments. For some of you, this really does go right back to childhood, but I suspect in your adult life you've also experienced some disappointments, things that didn't work through. I do think you are being asked to remove blocks within you that stop you from almost like isolating yourself. Look within. Because the Knight of Pentacles, it's a lovely, lovely, earthy energy. It's all the knights move things forwards. All the knights of the energy are about moving on, moving forwards. And you have a progression from a knight to a queen. You're being asked, actually, I think, by your guides to nurture yourself. And to nurture, almost like it's like nurture your inner child. Look after your inner child. Nurture your inner child. You can work through this. This is, you can definitely, whatever this is about, you can work through it. It's time to release something, to look within, and basically to allow yourself to have. This is like a sense of entitlement. So whether this is entitlement within relationship, which it could be because we have the Two of Cups, but it's almost, I think maybe they really are talking about your relationship with yourself. This could be anything, anything that you want, your own sense of being able to own, I don't know, abundance, to own wealth, to allow yourself to be successful, to allow yourself to have happiness, to allow yourself, primarily it's interconnected though with the fact that there's a limit to what you can do on your own. Because you hold yourself back by remaining isolated, by working alone or living alone, or there's something here that's about, allowing yourself to receive whatever it is, and an acknowledgement that living, in a really, really independent way where in a way people don't really get to see you, but you hold yourself back or give yourself reasons why you shouldn't do something rather than why you should. And I think this is what your guides, the message from your guides, they're asking you to really own your own personal entitlement and not hold yourself back. I do think there may be somebody on the other side. Let's ask, could we get a confirmation about that? Is there someone on the other side that is trying to support you? We have the King of Swords. And we have the Four of Cups. Okay. That's very interesting. I think that there was somebody who's probably passed over. Well, in fact, I'm sure they have. And we are talking about, potentially for some of you, almost like the family lineage, genetic, like a genetic inheritance. I actually feel that there is somebody who who was genuinely held back with the Four of Cups. They didn't have, they were limited in their horizons, and maybe even in their circumstances. That it feels as though there's something where they weren't able to take charge of their lives in some way, either because, a family pattern was inherited, or maybe even genetically in the lineage, there wasn't a possibility. It just, that wasn't the world that they grew up in. And going back, generations, there weren't possibilities. Education wasn't, we didn't have the internet. We couldn't discover things, find out stuff. And I think there is a recognition. There is also maybe somebody, I feel like for some of you, there is somebody who might have regretted that they didn't take charge of the opportunities that were available to them. They stayed in their safe zone rather than stretching into more. And it's almost as though they don't want you to repeat the pattern. I think that is a message coming through for some of you as well. They stayed in a safe zone. You don't have to do the same. Very interesting messages. May we kindly ask about the week ahead, actually. Let's move on and ask about that. What are we seeing for the week ahead? You have the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of mutual giving and receiving, equality, generosity, but it is a mutual giving and receiving. You have the Two of Swords. You have the Eight of Cups. And you have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card where it can feel a little bit competitive. I'm wondering if this week there is an environment around you where you are... There's definitely, we've got a mutuality of equality, of giving and receiving. And with the Two, I'm just really wondering with the Two and the Five of Wands, whether you could be a little bit defensive about the choices, or maybe you've got a choice to step up, but you're not sure about it. I always think with the Five of Wands, it's an invitation to step up rather than step down. Really, own your choices. Yeah, own your entitlement. That's what I think is coming through here. Position yourself equally. These two swords are very equal. Position yourself equally in this. There's an opportunity to position yourself in a space of equalness with somebody else, or in a particular situation where you know that you are absolutely equal to them. There's no, isn't a better or a worser, or a they're better than you, or maybe you would once have conceded or stepped away in the face of, not exactly competition, but you might have stepped away from something in the face of a competitive environment. Almost like some of you might even have like imposter syndrome, that kind of energy, where you feel as though somehow, not that you're not good enough, but like a comparison with, I feel like there's a comparison here. And actually, I think this week there is an opportunity, and your guides are saying, look, you are equal. You are absolutely, you are absolutely on an equal footing here. And could you please own this? You have the Star. Wow, it's lovely. You are a superstar. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which is interesting because the Seven of Pentacles speaks about something that is about to emerge, something that maybe we've had to wait for. I wonder if something comes through this week that you've been waiting for, and then maybe what happens, you know how sometimes the thing you've been waiting for finally arrives, and then you question whether you can really have it. It would be like if you've been applying for a job and you suddenly get the job offer, and then you have that wobble and think, well, can I really do it? Well, of course you can. That's what your reading is saying. Absolutely. You have the Three of Pentacles. I do feel there is a situation this week where you basically kind of it presents you with a choice, and this is about owning your entitlement in saying yes to something that's right for you, rather than stepping down and in the face of, I don't know, perhaps a team, owning your position in the team, stepping into that position. You know, it's like your time has come in something. It's your time. It's your turn. It's your turn to shine. Equally, it's your turn to receive. If someone's been giving to you, or you've been giving to someone, it's now your turn to receive. It's your turn to take an ownership of your entitlement to receive. And I think something appears to be happening this week that gives you that opportunity. And I think your guides are almost like prepping you and saying, well, don't hold yourself back. Why would you hold yourself back? You know, have this, receive it, own it. Let it, you know, if somebody offers you something and you want it, take it. Don't, you know, when somebody comes and offers you praise, you know, and this can happen with like when people have, you know, perhaps low self-esteem or low self-worth or low self-value, someone will come along and say, do you know what, that is amazing. And you go, oh, it was nothing. Well, actually, when you just about climbed Mount Everest to get there, well, actually, you just climbed Mount Everest to get there. Own the praise. You're like, do you know what, it was really hard work, but I'm quite proud of myself, actually. You know, own it, have it. This is the energy. Own it, have it. It feels fab. It's a seriously, they're really bigging you up. That's what I feel. Especially kind of almost like your ancestors. It's really super nice. I do feel you do have guides from your family absolutely walking with you, bigging you up, acknowledging where you're going, what you're doing. Wow. Pile 2, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you all of you for all the things you do, liking, subscribing, sharing, everything that you do that supports the channel. If you're watching this as I'm uploading it, it is timeless. But, you know, if you're watching it as I'm uploading it, there are just a few days left to sign up to my tarot course, which is half price at the moment, and you can pay in 6 monthly instalments. So if you're wanting to jump on board, now is the moment to do it. Obviously, if you are watching this in a year's time, that may not apply, but do check it out, because every now and then I have special offers on, so just check it out if you're interested in learning to read the cards. There will always be various options and ways of joining. Tons of love to you, Pile 2. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's see what your guides wish to say to you today. We have Raven, Magic, Destiny. How interesting, because this came out in Pile 2. Okay, what else do we have for you? Magic, Destiny, Raven, Communication. We've got a spiral. You have the Rune of the Spiritual Warrior, Tewaz, and Awaz, Movement. Movement, the Rune of Movement is about the bettering of a situation. Something is gathering momentum, it's getting better. The Rune of the Spiritual Warrior, it's very decisive energy. Very clear cut, actually. It's about right action, doing the right thing, saying the right thing. You have communication. I wonder if something will unravel this week. A communication or a series of communications might unravel. Something that was stifled gets to be heard. Let's find out more. What is happening for my beautiful Pile 3s? Okay, that's quite a lot of cards coming through. That feels right, so I'm just going to go with it. Gossip and drama. I think something does unfold this week. You've done nothing wrong. Empower yourself. Oh my goodness me. Opportunity. Wow. Okay, Pile 3, this is big. But it's kind of big, but it's valuable. And walk away. Okay, I'm going to read to you for some of these cards. These are my cards, the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. Beautiful souls, when I do use them, people often ask where they can get them. They are not currently available at the time of doing this reading, but as soon as they are available again, I will put a notice in the, I'll put a notice up on YouTube so that you do know. If you're subscribed and you press the little bell icon, you should get notification as soon as I post about that. But truly check in on it. If you're interested in them. Now, we have big cards here. Gossip and drama, talking behind people's backs, is one of the greatest producers of negative energy, with the potential to affect not only individuals but entire communities. And it really does. You know, rumours, gossip just spread like wildfire, changes people's perceptions, very often for the negative, particularly if people are creating stories that aren't true in order to, you know, it's a way that people, I would call it almost like below the belt bullying, you know, where things are said behind someone's back. Now, this card says make a choice not to involve yourself in this. And this card also asks that if you are unable to find anything positive to say, then please consider saying nothing. It also says whatever that you've done nothing wrong. Whatever's taken place was out of your control, out of your hands. And this card asks you to let go of any feelings of guilt or personal blame. This was not your fault. You've done nothing wrong. Do you know, I can almost feel like my own voice is getting more assertive. It's like this is the Tewaz energy. This is the Tewaz energy. More decisive, more discerning. Empowerment does not mean that we have power over others. It means we have power over ourselves. We honour our capacity for free will and conscious choice whilst honouring the same in others. This card asks you to evaluate your present situation and to take an ownership of your right to choose, with a recognition of others' entitlement to do the same. The card of opportunity. This card speaks of new opportunities, although they do not necessarily come in the form that you were expecting. Be alert, look beyond the obvious, be prepared for opportunities disguised as loss, and if a new pathway opens for you, trust that it is leading you in the direction you are meant to go. And this is so clear, this card. Walk away from this situation. When we face a challenging or unhealthy situation, it can be hard to let go and move on. Sometimes we stay in the hope that someone else will change, or perhaps we're so fearful of the unknown that we remain in the safety of a known and yet toxic situation. This card validates your entitlement to leave. Your reading, actually, my beautiful Pile 3s, could not be clearer. I do think something has happened. It feels very gossipy, very drama-y. I think it's going on behind your back, or you may well be aware of it. But whatever it is, you did not do anything to cause that. And this is one of the messages from your guides. Can you hear my voice? I'm getting really assertive. But it's really like they're really saying, look, you didn't do anything wrong. You know, do not feel, you know, daunted or upset or don't, you know, often in a scenario where you let's say you've got, you know, a group of people and you've got somebody, and I'm going to say, I think in this instance, this is you. You're really lovely. You are absolutely lovely. You've done nothing wrong. But if you're somebody who takes responsibility for yourself, then when something goes wrong, you can turn it inwards and question, could I have done it differently? Should I have done it differently? What could I have done to stop that from happening? And actually, it wasn't your responsibility. You didn't do anything wrong. And sometimes people can even use that as a way of almost like diverting the focus away from themselves, because they don't want to take responsibility for what they've said and done. They divert it by saying, yeah, but look at you, da-da-da, and you go, oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. And actually what they've done is successfully diverted any form of personal responsibility for what they have said and done. And this has got this energy. Can you hear? I'm getting all assertive again. I wish to be assertive on behalf of you. So I am sitting in the energy of assertiveness with your guides. I feel like I can't believe how strong this energy is. It's like, whoa, you know, it's like my whole voice is changing. It's like, yes, empower yourself. But it is. You can't change who they are, my beautiful souls. But you can decide not to stay in something that isn't okay for you. And actually, one day you will look back and you will be so pleased that you walked away from this. There's something here to walk away from. This is a magical point of destiny, and I think it's happening for a reason, because you're not meant to be connected to people like this person, people, whatever it is. This is the bettering of a situation. So I think opportunities are going to gather, and it may also be that something, because it's a communication card, maybe you hear of something, there is a communication, so you realize this is going on. For some of you, also with communication, You may also find that you yourself are not speaking your truth because you feel as though you don't want to be targeted by the gossipy, dramery people. Everything in this reading is saying, you know, literally just walk away. Walk away. The energy does not serve you. Exert your entitlement to walk away. There's something here that is not resonant. I would just venture to use the word toxic, I'm afraid. And I don't use that word lightly, but I feel really, I can't believe the strength of the energy that is coming through here. I mean, it's really strong. Really strong, and it's about empowering you. Your guides want you to be empowered. Let's look at these cards and see what else we're shown, and we'll also be looking at the week ahead. You have the Queen of Pentacles. I think she's come out in every reading, although they're very different readings. So you have the Knight of Pentacles. You have the card of Temperance. Right, restore balance. Do you know, the Knight of Pentacles, in some more traditional decks, the Temperance card, and this looks like almost like a page-like figure, but the Knight of not the Knight of Pentacles, the Temperance card, it often depicts the goddess Iris. It's like her energy aligns with the Temperance card. And the goddess Iris was the most benevolent, charitable, kind, giving, supportive person, just like the Queen of Pentacles energy. But she did not mess around either. You know, if you stepped over her boundaries, she'd draw the line. Discernment was her middle name. She absolutely would not give to people who didn't deserve it. You know, so although she would give to everybody, if she discovered somebody was misusing what she was giving them, she wouldn't give to them anymore. You know, because she wouldn't allow her energy, her contribution to be misused. And I think there is a message in that here for some of you. You know, if you've been contributing to something and you've just discovered that actually your time, your energy has been being maneuvered or manipulated or misused, you can walk away, empower yourself. You have the Six of Pentacles. You have the Five of Swords. The Six of Pentacles is about balance. It's a mutuality of giving and receiving. And I think, you know, and Temperance is balanced. Five of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles. You have two other cards. Let's just move these along here. You have the Page of Swords and also the Four of Pentacles. I'm going to put those here. The Page of Swords can indicate gossip and drama again. I think with the Four of Pentacles, we've got two figures. I feel that there's somebody around who maybe creates division. And you yourself even may feel that you're slightly caught in the middle of something. Who do you side with here? You could give equally to both parties. I think the real decision is to think about the energy, because the Ace of Pentacles is a beautiful energy. It's you know, it's like we can invest in something in real terms. Think about the quality of the investment. Think about the quality of of how something. You know, it is it doesn't. If you sit down and sort of look at a situation, you can feel who's genuine, who isn't. You can feel through something. Maybe you're seeing another side of someone. Maybe there's two sides to somebody, and you'd only ever seen one side and not the other. But you're beginning to see a different side to somebody. I feel there's an opportunity here for you to evaluate, and it's almost as though your guides are saying to you, you know, be discerning. You can evaluate in this moment, and you have an opportunity here to choose to it does, well, this could not be clearer. So it's not even to choose whether you stay or you go. Obviously, you've always got that choice. But I think there is an opportunity in this moment to move away from something, and you have done nothing wrong at all. You really, really haven't. I think it is simply that something is coming to light. And discernment is called for. Let's find out about the week ahead. Okay, you have the Five of Cups, which is very interesting because the Five of Cups is a card of nostalgia. Do you know there may be history? You know when you sometimes feel like it's hard to walk away from something because you have history with something. There's history there. You also have the Five of Wands, which could mean there's a question of almost like of loyalty or divided loyalty. But the Five of Wands is quite a competitive energy. I wonder with the Five of Cups whether there's also this can be like a card of almost like, I don't know, like betrayal. Something's brought to the surface. There's a connection historically. Something's brought to the surface. You see something for what it is in a different way. You then have the Seven of Wands, which is likewise. You might actually find as well that you're looking at someone this week. We have the Moon. I think you may see somebody, you might see a situation that you haven't seen before, or see somebody through a different lens or a circumstance, and it creates an opportunity for choice. I feel there could be jealousy, there could be envy and jealousy, and maybe the envy and jealousy is of you. Maybe somebody would like to stifle you. If you feel somebody isn't communicating honestly with you, maybe you see that this week. You suddenly realise that somebody would quite happily keep you in your place when you could really flourish. Well, why would you hang out with continue? Especially with the Queen and the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace as well. Maybe you can really flourish and somebody is sort of, I don't know, quietly putting you down, stopping you from moving forwards. Walk away. It's fascinating, isn't it? I always think with something like jealousy and envy, it is fascinating how many people are bound up in those emotions, in the low vibration of those emotions. The high vibration of those emotions is actually a really, really positive. You know, the high vibration of envy is inspiration. It's like looking at someone and thinking, wow, I want that, or I'd like that level of success. So, someone is inspirational. It makes you want to step up and do more, to be more. But actually, if somebody is in the low vibration of envy, they often sabotage. Like they'll talk behind someone's back, put them down. And this could be happening behind your back, someone keeping you down, or it could be somebody's telling you about putting somebody else down. And, in order to stop you from, I don't know, to sway your opinion. That's the kind of energy that's around. But you're being asked to be discerning. And if you are feeling like you're caught between two people, it's really straightforward. Which of the two people promotes integrity and authenticity? And which one puts the other person down? If, there's quite a clear choice to be made then. I think you can also really reflect on this with the Moon. But I feel this week something, it becomes apparent to you in some way. It's really, really, you can no longer not see it. Yeah, Judgment, look at that. Bang in the middle here. And so I think it causes you to need to really, really consider a choice. And I think there is a choice that connects to walking away from something. Wow, this is big. I am going to draw some more cards and follow through just to see sort of what the outcome is, because it feels like this is quite a big decision. It's quite weighty, really, your reading today. May we kindly ask, oh my goodness me, the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups. This is heavenly. what a confirmation of an amazing choice. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel will turn. The Ten of Cups is just, it's the highest vibration of love, it's happiness, it's joy, it's everything that I would personally wish for everybody. I would wish this energy for you all, for everyone on this planet, and I add to that, but not at the expense of anyone else. Because the moment people orientate their happiness is about them being happy, but at the expense of someone else, or indeed somebody else being put down or kept down, or being told that they should, they can't be big, they should only be small, or they should dim down their dreams, all these things. Whatever that is, the moment that happens, then that is no longer the high vibration of this card. I hope this is making some sense to you, my beautiful pile threes. This is a very powerful reading. It really, really is. My beautiful souls, I am sending you the biggest hug in the world. I'm sorry you're navigating this, but I also think this is part of what it means to be on board the fast-track wagon of evolving consciousness in humanity at this very time, because we are evolving. Humanity is being called to operate, not through power, what I would call top-down power, where you'll have a person who sets the pace and everybody has to toe the line. We're moving into a time of empowerment rather than power over others. The old ways of power dominance are not relevant, where people are controlled through sometimes stories, gossip, drama, but however the control takes place, we're moving away from those, where those strings are being pulled. And we're moving to a place and a source of empowerment through love, through respect, through happiness, through joy, not at the expense of anyone else. Gosh, this is very big. My beautiful pile threes, a huge respect to you for being where you are. You've done nothing wrong. I'm sending you the biggest hug ever. You are amazing. In fact, it becomes very clear to me that that is the case. This is the bettering of any situation. I'm sending you so much love. At the time of uploading this, if you're coming to this reading as I'm uploading it, there are just a few days left where you can jump on board my tarot course at half price. So if you're interested in learning to read, or indeed you want to work professionally, do jump on board. You can also pay in 6 monthly instalments. There are literally just a few days left, so jump on board while you can if you wish to. If you're watching this in a year's time, then check out the course anyway, because there will always be different ways of joining and coming and being a part of the bigger Moon Magic Tarot Reader community. So just check it out whenever you come to this reading, if that is something that is really singing to you. Tons and tons of love.